right, the big news is for athletics. We have our first scrimmage in football this Friday, tomorrow, against Workman. Baseball, softball have already started to practice. They have their first games end of April. Soccer, boys and girls, their first game April 6th. Track and field, April 23rd. Tennis, March 30th next week. Lots of different sports. We're excited for our scholar athletes to finally be able to get involved, but we're going to make sure that it's safe. So if you have a son or daughter that is currently playing a sport, they're currently allowing two guests per player for all games and for all activities. So only 2 guests. And if you have a child that's over 2, then they're considered a ticket person. So it's only for kiddos and family members. Each athlete can have 2 guests. Because we are opening, school opening is April 9th. It's coming quick. The district is going to have a town hall on Wednesday at 7:30. Please, parents, please join that town hall at 7:30. And then the next day, we have our Azusa High town hall at 6:30. For English, it's going to be Ms. Pegrari, Mr. Velasco, and myself. So you guys can come in, ask questions, ask hard questions, and we're going to do our best to try to answer them. But the most important thing is that we want to make sure that your kiddos are safe. We want to make sure that our staff is safe, and we want to make sure that your kids get extra help so that they can pass all their classes with A's and B's. We do have upcoming mental health presentation tonight at 6. So after this boring presentation with me and Ms. Pegrari, you guys get to hear a cool one at 6 o'clock. And so make sure you check it out. It's a good topic regarding what to expect when is this the one? Yeah, the return of children to school during the COVID-19. So it's going to be a good topic to just hop into and get some ideas as to how to better prepare your son or daughter for April 19th. We shared this last month, but we wanted to share it again. Parents, please hug your Aztecs. We gave a survey to 982 kiddos, and the data was not very promising. It showed a lot of students had anxiety. A lot of students were bored. A lot of students were sad, lonely, disappointed. And so we want to make sure that remind your son or daughter that we value them. Remind them that we want them to be successful, and give them a hug every single day. If you haven't used the tutoring program paper, I'm going to put the link in a bit. But make sure, parents, we're going to show the video one more time because it's such a great tool. And parents, if any of your students have used it, I want 1 or 2 parents just to share how the program has helped their son or daughter. So Maritza, please press play, and then I want somebody to share.
You have many hats to wear. You're a chef. You're a driver. You're a healthcare provider. And no matter how many times you tell them you're not, you're also the maid. But most of all, you are their biggest supporter, which is why you need to know about Paper. Paper is the leading education support system, connecting students 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to unlimited one-on-one assistance from highly trained professional educators. It's a resource provided by the school. Students can log on and get help with any subject at any time of day. All they have to do is ask their question or upload their essay, and our tutors will be there to help. Our tutors are specially trained to complement what students are learning in the classroom. Everything your child does on Paper is available to the school. Teachers have access to every session, and we even email them reports regularly to let them know what their students have been getting help with. We are proud to have a diverse, friendly team of dedicated educators. On our secure platform, the only thing tutors can see are students' first names and their grade. We don't work with freelancers or independent contractors. All of our educators are employees who have passed rigorous background checks. Paper can't help you clean up after your kids, but at least with paper, you don't also have to be a teaching assistant.
So again, parents, when I look at the data, we have students logging in uh, at different times of the day, but the students that have used it have only said positive things. Anybody want to share success with paper that they've seen with their son or daughter? All right, we're going to come back to that one, but parents, we want to make sure that we don't give homework assignment, but we do want to give the homework assignment for this month is to work with your son or daughter to have them show you the paper app and have them ask a question just so you see how cool it is and how helpful it is. And it's 24 hours a day. A quick reminder: make sure to check out Aries for grades on a daily, weekly basis. Also, the Aztec family newsletter with lots of resources for our parents coming out tonight at 7 p.m. So thank you, Ms. Maritza. Thank you, Letty, for helping to put that together. It's going to be the Aztec family newsletter with a lot of resources and information coming out tonight at 7 p.m. Reminder, we're still sending out the 6 p.m. Friday emails. So that way you know on a weekly basis how your son or daughter is doing on their grades, on their assignments, on their attendance. All that information is available in the email that we send out Friday, 6 p.m. Is there anybody that is not receiving those emails Friday, 6 p.m.? Okay, let's keep on going. A reminder, right now our Think Together program is full, but we are looking at possibly opening one more cohort for Think Together to add another 12 students. So if you're interested, please take a picture, scan the QR code, and they have a lot more information on the QR code. But the program has been helpful to many of our kiddos. Also a reminder that we have our virtual drop-ins every Monday from 12 to 12:30. Good time for you to just pop in, ask questions, see if we can help in any way. But Letty's available. I think Maritza's available sometimes as well, just to help with any questions you have. Mondays, 12 to 12:30. And this last slide, a reminder to we have a lot of things coming up tonight at 6 p.m. We have that Students to School, how to support them. April 2nd is minimum day. April 4th through 10th is spring break. April 15th, another Café Azteca that I'll be there. I'll be at. April 23rd is the end of Triad 4. April 29th is Café Azteca, chat with the principal. And we forgot to add April 19th, return to school. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We try to post one thing a day, sometimes two, sometimes three, but a lot of information on our social media and our webpage. So follow us and just different ways to get in contact with us. There's my email. Ms. Pegrari is here. Ms. Maritza is here. So now I want to hear everybody's voice. Natalie Velasquez, Mirta Baza, Ms. Rico, Myra Robles, Lizzie Casañera, Daniel Dominguez, Ms. Claudia Heredia, and Barbara Lopez, and Ms. Beltran. This is your time.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Beltran, how can I help you?
My kid has like a few Fs. I don't know if it's for fantastic, but I don't think so. But I've been sending emails to the teachers, one answer already, but the other ones don't answer my emails. I did it like twice again. How can I get them to text me back?
Ms. Lorraine, do you want to answer?
Sure. I was going to say, you can always include me in an email, and we'll get a response.
So do I email you?
Yes, when you email the teacher, you can also add, and I put my email in there, lpegarari@azusa.org, and we'll make sure that we're in communication. Gives us a chance as administrators to also reach out to teachers.
So Ms. Beltran, if in this instance, I would forward the email that you already send that to Ms. Pegarari and I, so that we can follow up. But just a reminder, parents, like, if this is happening to you, it's probably happening to other kids and other families. So please call it out, so that way we can help. And there must be something going on, because our teachers know that they should be replying at least within 2 days, but we try to respond within 24 hours.
Because I emailed them, and then I told my kid, email them that I need to talk to them. They don't email him either. They don't answer the question that I need to talk. I need to
Okay.
meet them, like to have a meeting, because I need to know what's going on in the class with him. Because he says he turns all work, he turns all everything. But with the other teacher I talked to, she told me that he needed to do work at class. So he hasn't
So it's always
been
good to
in.
have that conversation together. So we like to have the student, the parent.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's why
we
I wanted to
also
meet
have
with
the
the teacher, but they
counselor,
haven't
the
answered to me.
teacher. Yeah, so
Yeah.
just forward your last message to the teacher, and we'll follow up.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, Ms. Beltran. We talked about it in the Spanish meeting with regards to making sure parents, if you're at home, that your kids work the entire period. So, for example, period 1 is from 8 to 9:50. That's about 2 hours. Most teachers finish within 45 minutes or an hour. But once the teachers are done giving instruction, your son or daughter still has another hour to do homework. What we're noticing is that many students are then taking a nap, or jumping on social media or playing video games, and we want to just make sure that your kids use that time to do their homework, so that way they're not staying up late to do their homework. But
Yeah.
thank you, Ms. Beltran.
Thank you.
All right, more questions.
Good afternoon. I have a question. Do you guys have any idea of how summer school is going to look this year?
We've been having meetings. Actually, Ms. Pagari has gone to more meetings than I have. But there are going to be 2 types of summer school. There's going to be a virtual summer school through Citrus College, and there's going to be an in-person summer school through Think Together. We do know that Azusa High School is going to have middle school and high school on our campus. We know Gladstone's going to have middle school and high school on their campus. We just don't know how many seats we're going to have available for our students. We don't know what classes we're going to offer in person. But there's going to be 2 options between the virtual Citrus College and in-person Think Together with the Aztec teacher. Or, I mean, with the teacher giving in-person instruction. Great question. But more info to come. Sorry.
Thanks. No, yeah. Also, I was wondering, do you guys have any idea how the schedule is going to look when our kids come back on April 19th?
They had the meeting today, Ms. Rico. They're going to share it with us hopefully Monday, Tuesday, but they'll share it with the families on Wednesday night. And then we're going to reiterate that schedule on April 1st.
Okay. I feel like that's the most anxiety my 9th grader has. How is it going to be, So, all right. Thank you so much.
And there's so many different plans if you look at the different districts. So we'll see which one we imitate, or we'll see if we go a different route. But there's so many different. Each one's have their pros and their cons. So we'll see what Azusa and teachers and put together for our students.
Okay. Well, and let me ask this: if a student decides, or if a family decides that a student is not going to go back, would their schedule change at all? Do you know that?
We want to say the schedule is going to stay the same, but I can't promise that.
Okay.
So I know Miss Figueroa shaking her head yes and
Say
no.
it, Dr. Gomez. Say it. We
Right,
would like to see it stay the same. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Our goal, 100%, 1,000%, is that the students stay with their teachers.
Okay.
But again, it depends on the plan. It depends on the district decision. But our goal, regardless if they come on campus or if they stay home, is for them to keep their teachers and their schedule.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Ms. Lopez, do you have a question?
Yes, I'm wondering, are they going to be staying in one classroom? Are they going to be bouncing around? Plus, are they going to be required to wear 2 masks or just one?
I can answer one question, the masks. The mask is only going to be one. The other question, like we said earlier, we're probably going to know on Monday. The presentation to the community will be Wednesday by the district, and then on Thursday, your admin team will present the Azusa presentation. So I answered one question, and the other one is to be determined.
Okay, now I'm being asked, because I've been attending some of the meetings, parents are asking me, are we going to have a drive-through graduation, or it's going to be put out in the field for everybody to see it?
Okay, another question that I can't answer at this time. I can tell you, Ms. Lopez, I can tell you that the baseline, like the bottom, like if, let's say people start getting sick again, the baseline that the district has approved is a drive-through. So that's like better than last year. Last year we were hoping for a drive-through. This year the baseline will be a drive-through, and the goal will be to have something on our field. But also, I just want to say, you said for all to see. It's probably going to be similar to our sports, Ms. Lopez, where it's going to be just a certain number of tickets per graduate if we do it on the field.
Okay, well, that's better than nothing. I mean, I know my family would like to attend, but I'm like, we have to wait and see.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta say that that last year we were a little concerned with our drive-through, but at the end we got so many positive reviews from the parents. They said that they loved to see how excited their kids were before they got out of the car, when they read the kid's name, and as soon as they got back into the car, to be able to hug their kids and not be so far away from them. So the parents, I think, like the drive-through more than the kids, because the kids want to be with their friends, but the parents want to be with their kids. So again, that's going to be the baseline. We're going to start from there, and hopefully we can do something on the field. But if it is on the field, again, Ms. Lopez, it's not going to be invite your 8 family members. It's not going to be they're talking about possibly having 2 cohorts of graduates, or 3, where we have A through D at this time, and then F through L at this time. So again, all rumors right now, but the baseline is that it will be a drive-through at the bare minimum.
Okay, just in patience. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's not till June, and it is going to be June 10th.
That is the date that we have, correct, June 10th. Unless something changes, it should be June 10th. And again, we're really pushing for something on the field. It'll be beautiful to have our new field in use.
Yes, that'd be really nice.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I have
you.
to wait till Wednesday now to find out. Thank you so much.
Us too.
Ms. Castaneda, Lizzie, you have a question?
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on Mrs. Rico's question with if we choose to keep him until next year, because she's right. My 9th graders, like, it gives them anxiety. He's like, I'm already used to my teachers and my routine, and I don't want it to change. Obviously you did mention that you're trying not to change the schedule of the kids. If we choose to leave our kids. Well, not choose. We're actually speaking as a family, like, including him and his opinion, because he doesn't want to go back until he goes, his 10th grade. If we choose to keep him home, that was my question. Would it affect his schedule? Because he would like to keep his same teachers.
So again, Ms. Castaneda, our goal is that we keep the same schedule, keep the same teachers, keep the same kids, whether you're at home or you're virtual. We want it to stay the same. We'll have a lot more information on Wednesday. We'll be able to reply to your question directly on Wednesday, Thursday. And please, I hope that you guys can attend the district meeting so that you can ask these questions. But if your son decides to stay home, it will not impact his grades in any way. Like they're going to continue to do the virtual. To be very clear and transparent, I'm keeping my two crybabies at home until summer. So I mean, I know Ms. Pegrari's son's already in school. I know Mr. Velasco wants to get his sons in school. Everyone has different expectations. Our goal is that your kiddos keep the same teacher, and the teachers want their same kids as well.
Perfect. Also, I have another question. Summer school. I know he's been talking to his counselor about taking PE for summer school. And you're saying that you still don't know any of the classes that they'll be able to take during the summer. And obviously, Think Together has nothing to do with Azusa High, right? Like their grades.
Well, it's Think Together, but it's taught by a credentialed teacher. So the reason why we say Think Together is because we're going to follow the Think Together protocol of 15 or 16 kids or less. And so it's going to be tough because it's going to be a lot less kiddos that are going to have access to summer school. And so we're going to have to determine whether it's going to be virtual summer school for some kids and in person for others.
Perfect. And then one last question. Sorry, guys.
Too many.
I know, basketball. I have a lot of moms and a lot of students asking me about basketball, and they're asking me like if I'm a coach or something, but I have no idea. And even my son, everyone's asking about basketball. Like, there's not going to be any basketball this year till next year.
Because it's an indoor sport that they haven't cleared it yet. But again, as the numbers continue to go down, they start opening up more sports. Basketball is one that has not been cleared. So that's another to be determined. But like volleyball was because the volleyball season was one of the first ones. I know that one is officially off the table. But I know basketball, badminton are some indoor sports that we would like to get into, but it just depends on the Department of Health and then the league, whether they approve it or not.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Miss Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, when they go back to school, how many kids are going to be in their class?
So are you talking about now or next year, Miss Anna?
No, for April the 19th, when they go back.
Yeah, so April the 19th, first off, we don't know how many kids are going to decide to come back. The classrooms are set up to have between 16 and 18 kids. Every class, just very similar to elementary school, every class has the plastic partitions. I mean, every desk has the plastic partitions. Every student will be required to wear their mask, and every desk is 4 feet apart. And that's why I say between 15 and 18 desks in the class.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And keep in mind, we usually have up to 36 kids, so it's going to be half or less.
Okay. Thank you.
Miss Rico?
Yeah, I have a question about orchestra. Have you guys received any directive if they're going to be able to go back? I know that mariachi is already planning their violins and guitars to come back. So anything with orchestra at Azusa High?
Ms. Pegari, do you want to jump on that one?
I do not have any information with regard to the return of orchestra at this time.
Thanks. Also, I have another question. Oh, sorry, Dr. Gomez. Were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say the same thing. Ms. Pegari oversees the visual and performing arts, so I thought she would have more information, but I haven't received anything with regards to the choir program returning.
Okay. Also, my ninth grader, Emily, she's trying to get a zero period for next year, but they told her that the only available class is drama. There's nothing else that you guys have for them to take for zero?
We do not have a schedule for next year. So
Okay.
typically what happens is this is the time of the year where students make those requests. We do not build a schedule until middle of May. And we, based on the number of students that have requested a course, we go through a conflict process to determine where to place courses on the schedule. So when we say, well, the only class that we know of for sure that will be at zero period, we don't really know. Over the years, drama has been at zero period, but we don't really know until we come together and build that schedule in the middle of May.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
I haven't heard from Ms. Lopez. I haven't heard from Ms. Vicky. I haven't heard from Ms. Robles and Ms. Mirta. Great questions so far. Keep them coming, parents.
Okay, so everything on the kids returning to school, we won't know anything until Wednesday then?
That's correct because we don't know the schedule. The team just met today, and I think they're going to meet tomorrow. And so as soon as they have information, then we can start planning around it. So that is correct, Ms. Lopez.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Hi, Ms. Vicky. I saw your chat comment. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything positive going around in your neighborhood, on your street? Anything else, parents? Again, so you have actually two homework assignments. Number one is three homework assignments. Number one is hug your child, hug them, and tell them that we believe in them, and whether we see them virtually or in person, we're hoping that we get to see them soon. Number two, we want to remind you about attending on Wednesday and Thursday. And then number three, making sure that when you're hugging your kid, tell them, hey, now show me the paper app, and have them log on so that you can see if, how helpful this program is, because it's a really good service for your students to take advantage of.
One
Any
more.
questions? Yes, Lopez.
Are we going to get something asking the kids on who's going to want to return to school, or that's going to be up in the air still?
No, that is the goal. Once the plan is out, and you guys have information, we plan on emailing and texting a survey just to see how many of the students are going to be returning. Again, once we know the plan, we'll know. We'll have a better idea to answer these types of questions, so that way you know whether it's worth it or not to come or stay home or anything like that. So you have a better idea of whether your son or daughter wants to return once we have the schedule.
He wants to return. It's his last year.
It's and especially for our current seniors, I feel so bad because they've missed out their junior year and their senior year, and just it's tough for our class of 2021 for sure.
When do we find out about the caps and gowns and yearbooks or?
So I would say, Ms. Lopez, just make sure that that you or your son follow us on social media because we put a lot of information on there. I know for the caps and gowns, I think orders have already taken place, if I remember correctly. And again, Lorraine can has more information on that. And then yearbook sales will be ongoing as well. But Ms. Pegari, any info on the caps and gowns?
Yeah, just to share that process has already taken place. So if for some reason you did not order a cap and gown and want some information about that, there is a phone number on our website. If you go to the activities tab, you'll find the phone number there for Jostens to reach out with regard to cap and gown.
Yeah, we ordered the cap and gown already, and we've already ordered the yearbook too.
Oh, okay. Good, good, good.
So we were just wondering when are those going to be coming in, back in April, May?
So we typically hand the cap and gowns out after we know that the students have met the graduation requirements. So it's usually a few days before graduation.
Okay.
Same with the yearbooks. That usually happens right before the school gets out, like that last week of school.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ms. Rico, feel free.
Thanks. I just wanted to say thank you guys for AASB for keeping our students so engaged. The girls have fun. I even have fun looking at all the pictures that get posted of our students participating in the fun challenges or picture of the day. So thank you so much.
Any other questions or concerns? I know we're 7 minutes over, but we want to make sure that we spend time to answer your questions and concerns, and we love to hear shout outs, and if there's any things that we can improve on, we're also open to that.
Okay, I have the last question. I know I said that I want my kid to finish school home, but I don't know if he doesn't want to go back. So who do I tell? Because I think I told the counselor that I want him to go back, but he doesn't want to finish this year, and even my husband doesn't want him to go back. So they told me that he needs to go back.
No, so Ms. Beltran, your question is similar to Vicky's question that I just saw in the chat. Yeah, so once we know the schedule, we'll send out a survey, and then it'll basically be like your son's name or your daughter's name, and will they be doing continue with virtual, or will they be returning? And again, whether they come or they stay home is not going to impact their grade negatively. We're going to try to follow the same pattern, and it's going to be the same information, whether they're at home or in the class.
Okay, so you guys gonna send us information about their name, if they're staying or going back?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, parents, it's 4:08. If there are no more questions, we'll go ahead and log off. But again, I want to thank you for being with us. You have your 3 homework assignments that you have to do. And Ms. Pegari, any other closing thoughts? Ms. Maritza?
Thank you for your questions. It helps us to know what the needs are, and keep those questions coming. I did put my email address there in the chat. So always, as Dr. Gomez said, when you ask the question, there's got to be a number of other parents that are having the same question or same doubt, or or something along those lines. So it's really, really important that you do ask the questions so that we can get some answers and then share that information with the community. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of great questions, and I know they're going to continue to come as we get answers as a school, as a district, as a whole. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time for being here. And if you're able to join us tonight at 6 p.m. for Promotores, it's about social emotional, how to mentally prepare and emotionally prepare our students and ourselves for returning to school during COVID. Thank you.
All right, parents, you have our emails. Send us an email. We'll talk soon. Thank you, Ms. Vasa, Ms. Robles, Ms. Velasquez, Ms. Lopez, Ms. Castañeda, Ms. Vicky, Ms. Ana, and Ms. Rico.
Thank you, everybody. Good
Have a
night.
great Thursday. Bye, everybody.
See you at 6.